What's up, y'all? Tommy here, back with another video. Now, in this video, what we're going to talk about is what steps you can follow if you're trying to get your score into the 700 club. So if you have a credit score that is below 700, then you'll want to stay tuned. Now, right off the bat, the first thing you want to do is stop applying for more credit. I think this is kind of crazy. I always have to bring this up, but if you're in a situation where you keep getting denied for credit, then you should stop and figure out what the issues are, right? Pull your credit report, look at it, and see what kind of issues you have on your credit report that are stopping you from getting approved. Because the more you apply, the more you're losing points on your credit report, right? Or on your credit score. What's happening is literally every time you get an inquiry, you're losing a couple points off of your score. Okay. So it kind of has like a two-pronged approach. Not only are you losing points off of your credit score, but banks are going to look at it and say, this dude is clearly, or this person is clearly desperate, right? If you think about it, what would you say if you had a friend that, needed money, right? And he went around and asked everybody at a table for money, right? And everyone said no. What would you in your mind think if you heard everybody else say no? You'd probably be thinking, why did everyone say no? Maybe there's something that they know that I don't, right? And I think it's kind of the same idea with banks. If they're looking and they see that you had 10 inquiries in the last, or let's say 50 inquiries in the last 3 months, and they don't see any new accounts open, they're going to think like, wow, okay, there's clearly something wrong here. This guy's applying everywhere. Nobody's giving him credit. Okay, maybe we were on the fence about him previously, but now that we see that no one's approving him, we're not going to approve him either, right? And that's kind of the way I like to look at it is, if you're in a situation where you're seeing that you're not getting approved for credit, then stop applying and start working towards approving your credit. At the same time, while you're approving your credit, then you're going to see that those inquiries are going to start falling off, okay? And as they're falling off, then you're going to be in a better situation because you fixed whatever the issues were with your report and you have less inquiries. And now whenever you apply, you're going to be it's going to be a lot better of a credit profile for you to get approved. The next thing is do not miss a single monthly payment. This is huge, okay? Payment history accounts for 35% of your score, okay? So if you're missing payments every month, maybe let's say you have 5 different payments that are reporting to the credit bureaus every month. So let's say you got a couple credit cards, maybe a car loan, home loan, whatever it is, right? But every time that you're missing a payment, then it's getting reported to the credit bureaus and it's going to ding your score. Your score is going to keep dropping as you miss payments. And even worse, the more derogatory that missed payment is, the more it hurts you. And what I mean by that is if you have a missed payment that's 30 days late, that's not as bad as a late payment that's 60 days late. And 60 days late isn't as bad as 90 days late, and so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying here. So if you're 30 days late one time, banks can look at that and say, you know what? No problem. Tommy would maybe something happened. He ended up missing a payment, but he's performed pretty well previously, so we can overlook that. But whenever you start getting into like the 60-day late, 90-day late, at that point, they're just going to look and say, hey, it looks like clearly Tommy has no intention to pay these loans or, pay these accounts off, right? He's completely missing payments. And at that point, you're like, it shows that you're not like financially responsible is the way they're going to look at it, right? And that's why you want to make sure that you're not missing monthly payments. One thing I do recommend is if you're in a situation where you think that you're going to miss a monthly payment, what you should do is just go ahead and speak to that company, right? Or that creditor and see if they have some sort of either like a program for you that you're able to get into, or if they can just waive or push that payment into the next month. Okay. Just finding different ways like that to be able to help you is going to go, it's going to go a lot further for you than you just skipping a payment and acting like nothing happened, right? So that's kind of one tip that I typically recommend that you take is look into actually speaking with them before you just straight up miss the payment. If something doesn't work out, or if you're in a situation where let's say that you have to miss a payment, right? You talked to the creditor, they said, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You just got to make the payment. If you have 2 payments, let's say you're looking at 2 different payments that you got to make and you can only make one of them. Okay. One of them's already 30 days late. The other one's never been late, but you're going to end up missing a payment. Which one should you pay off? You want to pay the one that's already 30 days late because you don't want to let it go from 30 days to 60 days. Because like I mentioned previously, right? It's gonna the more derogatory it is or the more delinquent it is, the worse it's gonna hurt you. Okay. So you want to prevent your accounts from getting into the 60-day late, 90-day late charge off categories, right? So the closer it is to being on time, the better it is for you. Now, the next tip is going to be pay down your credit cards. This is hands down the easiest thing that you can do to be able to improve your credit score. Is if you have a lot of credit card debt, just immediately paying off that credit card debt, right? Just by you doing that, you're going to see that your score is just going to shoot up, especially if you are like maxed out credit cards and you pay it down, your score is literally going to go up. It could easily go up 100 points. It's quite possible it could go up 100 points, okay? So you wanna make sure that you're paying down your credit cards. That's huge. And also the other side of that is getting a credit card. There's a lot of people who maybe you think you have a bad credit score whenever you pull your FICO score, when really what it is you just don't have credit card. By you not having a credit card, you automatically lose 165 points off of your score, which is huge, right? If you're in the 600s right now and you don't have a credit card, you could easily get pushed into the 700s by you just getting a card, right? It's quite possible. So those are the kind of things that you want to look at. And also, guys, when you're looking at your score, make sure that you're looking at your FICO score. I shot a video, I'm going to link to it down below, about why you need to be looking at what's called a FICO score. It's the most important score. It's the score that all the lenders are using. So if you're looking off of Credit Karma, lenders aren't looking at that same score. So you might think that you have a 700 credit score because you look at Credit Karma, and when you go to the bank to get a loan, they're telling you that you're in the 600s or something, right? So make sure that you're looking at your FICO score. I'm going to attach a video down below that you can take a look at that's going to tell you more about that. Next thing you want to do is you want to start disputing negative accounts on your credit report. I've shot tons of video about this, detailing all the different aspects, whether you have a collections account, an inquiry, a late payment, charge off, whatever the issue is. I've shot videos kind of telling you what I would do and if I was in that position, okay? So I'm gonna link to that video down below. You can take a look at it, and that'll kind of give you an idea of where or what route you should take when it comes to, just when it comes to trying to get these accounts removed, okay? And the last one is don't close any accounts that you've had open for a long period of time. Okay, now obviously it's going to be a lot easier with revolving lines of credit. That's really what I'm applying whenever I say that, to not close down accounts. So if you have like credit card, maybe you have a credit card that's been open for like 10 years, but you're not really using it, I would just use it to buy something small every month or so, or whatever it is, just to keep it open, and then I'd immediately pay it off, right? Just to keep that account active, because that's helping your age of credit, or your age of credit, which is about 15% of your score, okay? So you want to make sure that you're not closing any accounts. Obviously, you can't do it with installment loans, right? If you have a car loan or something, you're paying every month, and then once you're done paying for that, for the amount of the loan, then the loan is closed. But if you have a revolving line of credit, those are the ones where you really want to try to keep them open, because they're going to help you the most, okay? So definitely try to make sure that you're not closing any types of accounts like that. Alrighty, so that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. You should have a decent idea how to go about improving your score if you're not in the 700s. That should be, this information I've given in this video is information that will be enough for you to be able to get at least into the 600s, especially if you're on the lower end, right? If you're closer to the 500s, this can easily get you into the 600s, if not into the 700s, by you following these steps and starting to dispute any other negative accounts that you might have, okay? So that's gonna be the gist of it for this video. Be sure that you hit the like button down below so you don't miss any of my future videos. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. That way you see all my future videos that I'm gonna release, okay? And lastly, make sure that you comment down below any other questions that you might have, as well as any other videos that you wanna see in any future episodes that I shoot, okay? So that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, guys. I'll see you at the next one.